Hi everybody, this is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Wednesday, April 24th, 2024. Hope you guys are having a great day. So we saw the markets gap up today, made it through the 50-day moving average for about 3 minutes, and then from there it came back down. And once that came down, that's when we really started to see volatility pick up. So it came into the support area, actually the third level support that I put in the morning notes, which was 50.45. And then we came right back up again, and once we got back to that 50-day moving average at 50.77, we had sellers come back in again, and we just really closed basically nowhere. Tomorrow, I have a feeling it's going to be a different day, and we have Meta that came out with earnings, and I think they're down 11% right now, almost $50 or $40. We have the GDP numbers are coming out tomorrow, so we could kind of have a really double whammy for the bulls, meaning that right now the Nasdaq's probably going to get crushed in the morning. We have if GDP numbers come in, maybe we kind of just go flat, but if they're not good and not what the market wants, we're probably going to be back down near this, trading in between this 35 and 5,000 level pretty quickly. And from there, the bulls have got to step in, because if they start losing these support levels, then we're really, we're looking at the moves coming back down into the 49.21 level. So they got to get it going. We were extremely oversold here. We had bullish divergences, so this was expected. From here, now we got to see what happens. You can see if they decide to go higher, you have the 51.13 that is a pivot, as well as the 200-day moving average on the hourly chart. And if they lose this, this 50.57 or the lows here, well, let's just say the 50.35, then that's when we just come really right down. And we had some sell signals on the 15-minute chart, so I said some backing and filling would make sense. They tried to gap it over the 50-day moving average, and then they just got pushed back down. So really, nothing went on. As far as with our the trades that we were making, it was a very hard day to do credit spreads, because we were putting them in, and it's bad news and good news. The bad news is we got stopped out 3 different times, and the good news is we lost nothing. So the stop method that I have in place really is making these trades pretty much riskless, because one end is going to cover the other. And so we got in at we took the 51.10s. 51.10, 51.20, and then we were trading up near the 50.90, and we bought the 50s and the 40s, and I didn't think we were going to come all the way down that far, but the stop that we had in place took out the put end of it. If we would have held them, it would have finished in the money. But we're looking for trades that are going to be risk free for us, meaning that if we get stopped out, we're not going to lose anything. So again, I think I've explained this a couple times where, we may get stopped out, 3 times in a day, in 2 days out of the 5 days, but the other 2 days we may make $1,000 each day, and that's really what we're looking for. We don't want to risk capital in these, especially in this market. And it's just when you have days like today, it's very difficult to pick a side unless you're actually really just day trading, because we were plus 20, I think, down 30, and so it was just really volatile up here. And again, we're going to be breaking out of one way or another. If we get above this, then we're probably heading up to the 51.13 level. If we end up breaking below these lows, then we're coming down to the 50.35, and then more likely testing this 5,000 level. So tomorrow's going to be an interesting day. We have to see how things. I know the futures are under pressure right now, but if GDP numbers may change. But again, when you're just making these types of trades that we're doing, it really doesn't make a difference. So I've had a couple people ask me what is the method that we do on this? And basically, it's a fairly simple process. Hang on one second. So basically what we do is I let the AI give us what targets to look for. Then from there, it gives you the percentage. So we're playing percentage trades here. That's all this is. And we're able to do a larger spread on this because of the way we put our stop in place. Like I said, when we get stopped out, which I'll show you actually the account on it. So this is 3 stop outs. This last trade I just put in on my own to test it to see how this would work with a very close in the money type trade, but putting the same stop in place. And at the end of the day, it ended up making $1,000 on it. But the stops were at the first one. It ended up we made $400 on it. So when you get when you get stopped out of a position and you're making money, it's not a bad thing. And really in this market like this, like I said, we were chopping all around, but the stops did their job. And if we could sit there and just like I said, have 3 days out of the out of 5 that we're making, $500, $1,000, you're doing pretty well in this market. So it's a routine, it's a system that is being used that I use with, picking the actual, what types of prices I want to use. Then I also look at the charts and we want to see the premiums, and we make the trades that are high probability trades. And then from there, we place our stops in case that probability, goes to the other side. And that's really this system. It is one of those things that once you set the trade, you really can't forget about it, because and this one actually, believe it or not, was one of the closest ones, because we had the 5110s. We got stopped out at the 5040 level, and it actually came back up to the 5080. But the thing is, it still had to go up to the 5110. But this is a close thing, because the only way we're selling the calls and we're selling the puts in those straddles. So if it gets stopped out here, these calls are going to be worth nothing. So if we sell them with the way our stop is, it ends up being a break-even trade. Same thing here. We took it and it ended up going higher than we wanted. We got stopped out. These puts down here covered the calls that we got stopped out of, and then that was pretty much it. We made this trade right here, and it was just getting too whipsawed on things. So I stepped away for the day. But we'll do it tomorrow, and we can make a few of these trades a day, and it all depends on what size account you have with it. But like I said, it's a fairly simple process on this, and it's a very relaxed way to make the trades, because you're really not stressing out, because if you get stopped out, you're not losing anything. So like I said, let's wrap this up. If we go higher, the next it's going to be the 5109, 5113. Lower, we're most likely going to be testing this 5035 level. If they lose that, then we're coming down to the 5,000. So if you guys are interested in our program that we're in it, getting into our little group and making these trades, send me an email. I'll go over specifics. And with that, have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.